Hi.
Hi.
Jennifer, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Good
So
to be
happy
here.
to have you here.
Hi.
Hi.
We are so happy. Thank you for hosting us.
Yeah.
Actually.
My pleasure.
Beautiful
Yeah.
backyard.
Pleasure.
It's wonderful. It's
Thank
perfect
you.
setting. We've got happy tree.
Happy planes
Happy-
flying by for those at home. We're going to just normalize it now. There should be planes, things. It's fine.
Could be a chainsaw in the distance.
Yeah.
And a
Golden
couple
retrievers.
of beautiful golden
Yes.
retrievers at our sides.
My
We
God.
hope to. We didn't take our picture.
No, we didn't.
Oh, shoot.
But we will.
We will.
I'm not taking down a camera. I'm not doing it now. It's not happening.
But it's gonna be dark.
Nah, we'll get
We'll get it.
it pretty.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay.
Yeah. You have my word, Tana.
Okay.
Yes.
Everyone's heard you.
Yes.
You're being held accountable.
I am.
For that. Okay.
Feels
okay. Very good.
So yes, welcome.
Thank you.
We're so excited to have you. We've heard just a little bit through Chris and through you, obviously, just splashes of what you do. And I want to get into that, obviously, but I wanted to start off more with where you're from and just kind of how your life was when you were, let's call it, from teens in your 20s, and things that you felt and went through, and kind of how that led into the work you're doing now and what came before what you're doing now. So just if you want to start with just a light version of your story, and we'll just kind of go in from there. I want everyone at home to know who you are.
Maybe starting with what you do and kind of going
Yeah, and then we'll back-
backwards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For sure.
Connecting
For sure.
the dots for
Yeah.
everybody,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So currently I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Lightfully Behavioral Health. And I started the company about 3 years ago. And we exist to support people that are struggling from depression, anxiety, trauma, PTSD, personality disorders, that are what we call like middle to higher acuity. So folks that would need more support than just seeing an outpatient therapist. And one of the things that we specialize in is people who have suicidality. So who are either having suicidal ideation or have attempted suicide. And so
That's
lots
heavy.
of story behind that.
Yeah.
But that's, it feels really good to be of service to people in that place because there's not a lot of options.
It's very necessary right now in this bizarre world we're in. It's so intense out there.
And everyone just hides behind their devices and doesn't talk about it, doesn't dive into it, doesn't bring it to light.
Well,
And
you know
that's-
what? You know what's even worse about what you just said is everyone wants to talk about it, but we're all ready. Everyone's just ready to pounce. Whoever dares speak their mind about any of it.
I have seen some communities talking about it though, and some are making movements and big waves and really making huge strides in that department. But there are some that I think are benefiting off of it and like using it and not really realizing the depth of what that conversation really is. And that's a shame because you're doing a disservice to ones that really need it.
Yeah.
And they're just like normal. You know how some people start saying certain words too much and just taking away the value of that word, like the word love, for instance. Like there's that version of that for this conversation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's important. Obviously, sorry, tangent. Yeah.
No, it's all right. But I still believe in what I was saying, what I was touching on is it creates dis-ease in your body when you have the urge or the need to process stuff such as war, such as anything culturally or politically, whatever we're going through right now, if you don't feel like you have a place to talk about it. So it kind of comes full circle back to what you do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Wild.
And there's just been such a culture of shame around this topic of suicide and feelings of suicide or ideas of suicide. And so I think one positive that's come with how there's been a change in our culture is that there's more conversation about it. And in particular, I see that in the younger age groups. We have a golden
There's the
retriever
puppies.
interference.
A little
Yes.
puppy on the mic stand.
Thank you, puppy.
But just a willingness and like less. I just remember in my early years, like teen years, even like saying you would go to a therapist was like, you didn't tell people you're going
those
to therapist,
words
right?
didn't
You know,
leave
like
the
it was
walls
like
of your-
secret.
yeah.
It also meant if you heard that person had a problem,
Right.
and they got judged for it right away. It's like, oh,
Right.
you can't deal on your own. You need a therapist. Like it was like shamed. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I do
It
appreciate.
was a whisper.
Yeah.
It
Totally.
was. I mean,
Yeah.
I felt embarrassed. I was ashamed that I saw a therapist. You know, like I
Yeah.
hid it from people.
What
Right.
age? What age did you start seeing a therapist?
I'm trying to think. I think probably was late high school was the beginning of that. So yeah, I was embarrassed about it. I hid it. I didn't want to tell anybody.
Yeah.
And so it's cool for me to see like my kids who are teens and, you know, how much they talk freely about mental health, my mental health, my therapist, you know, so
Good.
I think there's mainly benefit from the more comfortable conversations around these topics than.
Sure. And so let's go back now a little bit, right? Is that cool if we go back a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. You said what age were you when you started seeing a therapist?
I feel like it was late high school.
Late high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did any part of you seeing a therapist start like, because at that point, at that age, you're starting to look at what you want to do for a living and what college, whatever, all that stuff. So did you seeing a therapist and seeing how much it helped you, did that bring you a little bit closer to where you are now?
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
No.
Okay.
Delivery of that was amazing.
Just
Well,
no.
I love this topic too because
Yeah.
like I have a 16-year-old. I have 2 other kiddos, but
Yeah.
we're talking a lot right now about college and what do you want to do, and people don't know what they want to do. Most people do not know what they want to do at that age, and she's feeling a bit paralyzed by this like. Idea of like, do I have to sort of know so I know what school to pick, and so we've been talking a lot about just following what feels right in that moment, in this moment, like telling her what brings you energy right now, move to that, because what's meant to be will be. Like we'll find our journey, you know. So I had no clue at that age that I would be where I am today, and so I'm glad I did the things that interested me then because it led me here. But
That it is such a, like, that is the age that you have those discussions. And unless you flew out of the womb playing piano, you didn't know. And it was so much, it's generational wounds almost to that day that you get the pressure. What do you want to do with your life? You're like, I want to live it.
Right.
You know, like there's your answer. I want to live it. And for you to ask me to define it in this moment as a teenager, you're crazy. That's crazy. Why do we do that to ourselves,
most of society
to our
doesn't.
children?
Agreed, but most of society won't let you be that vague about it.
No.
You can't be
but
that
it's
vague.
so brutal. It's such a brutal question.
Yeah.
There's no pressure there.
right.
Yeah.
And we're
That
at that age, we're
spins
so
you.
in our own, you know, experience that we pick what we see or we know,
And
you
often
know, what our families.
often shy about what it is you're going through too, because puberty is, I mean, that's technically still puberty, right? Like the end-ish of it. That's so confusing, and like not everyone is brave in that, in every step of that. It depends on your roots, right? And if there's shame in your house, any kind, you're not embracing puberty in public. You're not talking about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, all of these things lead into mental wellness at our age, even. Like we have impacts, I think. Am I wrong?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
For
like
sure.
impressions throughout.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, my family had big ideas about what they wanted for me to do. And my dad in particular, you know, he wanted me to be a lawyer. And so as I moved into college and exploring what was interesting to me, I happened to get really energized by anthropology. So that's what I decided to do, because that was my major. And I was fascinated by this thing called culture and how it forms the worldviews of people, and how, you know, we create these communities, and this sort of energy passes from community to community. Anyways, it was fascinating to me. And my dad was like, "What are you doing?" I mean, I will never forget the day when I told him I was going to do this and I wasn't going to go to pre-law and to go to law school. And he said, "What are you going to do? Work in a mailroom?" Like he really was,
Couldn't see it.
But in from an empathetic place, he wanted me to be successful. He wanted me to be able to take care of myself. It came from a good place.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
But it was hard to, like, even at that age, not fall into the expectations and just do what brought me joy.
You had to probably work yourself up to that conversation, right?
Oh,
Did you
God.
practice in the mirror? So listen,
Yeah,
Dad.
listen.
I
This is
got
what
a
I'm
thing
gonna
for you about that law school
Yeah.
thing.
Nope.
Not doing it.
No, please.
Not today.
Not today.
Hi, handsome.
So what was your
Little
background
boy.
before this? What realm did you come from?
Yeah, so I did my degree in anthropology, and I actually did go for one semester to graduate school. I was planning to get my PhD
Wow.
in anthropology. So I graduated and I went to this program for a semester, and I don't know, it didn't feel right. So I quit. I left the program
wow.
into a semester in. I'd moved to Wisconsin. I went to the University of Wisconsin. And so then I was like, now what? And so then I thought, well, maybe I'll be a teacher. So I applied for a program to the University of Michigan, got into this master's program in education. I got a scholarship to go. Spent a semester, hated it.
I love the theme here. I am so all about that.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, how much time you put into something. If one day you get this instinct that it's not for you, run.
Yeah.
Run fast.
Oh, yeah. Instinct is
People
so
waste
important.
so much time.
Listening to yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
It's so great to hear that. I love that.
Your husband's famous saying. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Well, there's so many.
If you feel it, it's real.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
that's forever true at any age for anything.
Yeah.
Truly, like you
true.
can't ignore those feelings. If you feel it, it's real.
Yeah. If
Right?
you have to ask, you know the answer.
Right.
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate that one. That's so much work.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So I left that program, and then I was like, okay, now what do I do? So I went and got a job, and my first job was with the American Cancer Society.
Wow.
And because that was something I was like, okay, that feels good. Like that feels like something that I can do that feels meaningful. And I liked it. So I was like, I liked it. And actually I loved it. And what I found was I started really getting into it and then having these feelings like I want to lead in this space. Like I want to be a boss. I want to be a leader.
Yeah.
That's really rad. So
And-
what did you do exactly in
Thanks,
the cancer?
nice.
Chris has brought us.
got
I'm thinking. I guess cacao. Is that what this is?
This is cacao.
Oh my God.
ceremonial cacao.
Thank you.
thank
That's hot.
you.
Careful.
You're wonderful.
Chris is.
You have to see my mug.
Thank you.
Mine's a
So you
cup
guys
of
can get too
happy.
That's mine. Look, I like
Thank
that.
you. It's beautiful.
Other
Thanks.
CEOs, you. That's not a pole dancer.
Hold that up
That's
to
not-
the camera.
That's not a stripper.
Oh my. That's perfect.
That's
My
amazing.
team got me that.
I'm a big fan of
That's
that.
so good. These
That's-
are great mugs.
Very
So
sweet.
funny.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, so sweet.
Cheers. That was very nice. He might be a sweet guy. There's a possibility he might be a sweet
delicious.
guy.
He just might be.
So those of
Okay.
you who are following the podcast, we interviewed her husband, Chris Christopherson,
Yes.
a while back. Don't have an episode number for you, but look him up.
Look up the name.
That's who just delivered hot ceremonial cacao to us.
Like who does that?
So amazing.
So good.
In this beautiful setting. By the way, we're in the hills in Santa Barbara right now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we should mention that since we roam about to
Yeah.
our different interviews.
I love that we have a traveling podcast.
I do
love
too.
It's
seeing,
really cool.
It's really
Yeah,
fun.
going
Seeing-
into people's homes.
their
Yeah,
spaces
it's-
and seeing where they, have peace, have
Where they're most
frustrations, have
comfortable.
work, have
Yeah.
all the things. It's just great to.
It's really, we just want to meet the dogs.
We love the dogs.
Like,
You have
Ben,
come
how
to the
can
right
we,
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how can we meet more
Oh my
dogs
God.
and learn more fun dog names and pet the things,
Pet the things.
the kitty cats and the puppies?
Where did we leave off before the cacao came into
Well,
play?
Good
we
question.
did get derailed.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, this American Cancer Society.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
what
please.
were
Yeah, I
you
was in
doing
charge
there?
of events and fundraising, and usually that's where you get stuck when
And you
you're
were getting into it. That's awesome.
I liked it. Yeah. I felt fulfilled. I felt
Yeah.
I felt challenged. So I was there for a while, and then ended up leaving for another job in a nonprofit for what was called the Michigan Women's Foundation, which was very cool. I was living in Michigan at the time.
Okay.
And I worked on a program that was supporting the research and implementation of women's health programs in the state of Michigan.
Wow.
It was a really cool job for a young 20-something because mainly, we did good work, but I also was exposed to some of the most inspiring, well-accomplished women that were, had founded and supported the foundation. So there were a lot of very prominent women who had created it. So as this young 20-something, I got to see strong women.
You were in a
And that was
sophisticated
very that had a lot of impact on me.
I'm sure.
That's very
and that
cool.
was that age. What age were you?
Oh, I feel like I was early 20s, 23,
20s.
24 or something.
That's it's a pivotal time for sure.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So did that for several years, and then again wanted to keep climbing, leading, So I applied for a job out of the newspaper.
I love everything.
It was in the
about
news,
this.
a newspaper that used to have jobs in it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We used to circle them and X them off.
You could fax your resume.
Yeah.
in.
Oh my God. You could fax.
You didn't just check your iPad back then? That's not what you. You were just checking.
You had to make
No,
phone calls.
I could take
There
my
were
bag
numbers.
phone out and
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I had a really cool bag phone with the corded.
The bag
Of course
phone.
you did. Of course you did. We had one of those too.
In my Saturn.
Oh, the visual.
Yeah.
We have
So
to
good.
pop that up on the screen.
I'm gonna.
It was
what,
a
what
Saturn
model?
with
dark
the
green
giant-
Saturn. It was
Saturn. What was the model?
oh shoot,
Oh.
that I don't know. It was the two-door.
What
the
year?
sporty one.
It had to be big to accommodate that phone.
Let's put it mid-90s. Yeah.
the size of the phones back then.
Oh, this is really
like
sexy.
pulling a
This is
piece of luggage.
It was actually a very cute.
I actually remember this
It
car.
had tan interior. Loved
Hmm.
it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love Saturn. I really did.
Did you really? So specific.
It sort of stood for it was a different way of having a car. Remember?
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't-
how they sold it was different, and
it wasn't one of the main
It was
brands.
approachable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love that. I haven't thought about that for really.
That is so funny. I love this.
So applied for this job
Yeah.
to lead a foundation. And it was a corporate foundation. So it was a foundation associated with a company who did skilled nursing and hospice and home care. And I got the job. And I was 25. And they needed someone to not only lead the foundation, they actually needed someone to create it because there had been a transaction where there were two companies that merged. And as part of sort of the construction of this whole new corporate entity, they had to create this foundation. So
How
here I
exciting
was,
for you.
this young little thing, here's a bunch of money, go create a foundation, that makes sense.
Wow.
So you
To be-
were a department head overnight, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
amazing.
I mean, now that I look back on it, this becomes a theme where I jump into things where if I looked at it now, I'm like, I had no idea what I was doing, but I just go for it,
Yeah.
right?
That's half
That's
the thing right
important.
there. Just doing it anyway. I almost said to say the corniest thing ever. Just do it.
Just do
but
it,
seriously though, Nike,
fake
honestly,
it till you make it really
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
important. It's something that people should embrace and not laugh at
Yeah.
or judge because That's how you evolve.
Right.
Mhm.
You
And I
have
think
to
women are less
imagine
inclined
it.
to do it too. Like, you know, I mean, if you look at like, when you read these studies, like women, are you qualified for a job? You know, like often a woman will underclub like whether she is or she isn't qualified. So,
For sure.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're so hard on ourselves.
Yeah, but there is also another theme that all these things had to do with taking care of people or helping people get to a, you know, so that
this becomes the theme for sure.
That's what I wanted to dive into.
The
It was like
joy of that. Like, look at her talking about it. All excited and in love with your whole, you know, evolution. You know, it's really fun to witness.
Thank
It
you.
is.
Yeah.
It's definitely the driver. And I'm in a leadership program now, and we're learning about worldviews and how, you know, the different lenses in which people see the world, and what's important to them, what drives them. I know inherently some of these things, like looking at them through frameworks sometimes create like a lot of clarity. And what's like just become abundantly clear to me is like, I am driven by like making the world a better place, by helping people, like particularly people that are suffering. And so I don't, like, that's my driver. So, and it's kind of weird, you know, that I'm a CEO of a private equity backed company because like that doesn't feel like the right profile.
It kind of
but
doesn't.
It kind of, but it's really worked, but there's some reasons why I think it does. But yeah, it's why I do what I do is because of this drive I have to make the world a better place.
It's beautiful.
You know, and we have to make the world a better place within the constructs of our world, right?
For sure.
So
your reach, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, how do I get the opportunity to touch so many people, right?
Yeah.
Like, I need to have capital to do that. So.
Yeah, just to literally get the word out, right? Just reach. And what are your I can't even say, how do I say it? The ways how do you reach people? What are your main go-to drivers to reach people?
Oh, like awareness, you mean?
Yeah, I mean just to get from you to them. What are your main drivers to do that?
Yeah, I don't want to get too businessy, but there's really sort of two categories, right? We reach clients we reach right out to them, right? And whether that's through, you know, digital channels, so maybe social media or the internet, right? Just plain old what we call B2C, you know, business to consumer channels that we, and then obviously there's also just people that have experienced our care will come back again when they need us. So there's that sort of reoccurring word of mouth. And then the other side is B2B is the businessy word, but it's just essentially many of our clients come to us through another professional. So they may be seeing an outpatient therapist who identifies, hey, we might need to get you more support. Or they're seeing a psychiatrist, or maybe they've been hospitalized, right? So often those types of medical communities will send clients to us. So,
got it. What am I hearing?
Is it a
Dogs?
trampoline?
No, they're just standing. Oh yeah, I hear something
It's like a trampoline
Yeah, right.
in the distance.
I was just curious. No, it doesn't
Really?
matter.
could be a helicopter.
That could be.
We had one up here the other day, right there.
Really? Was there some fire thing going on, or getting water?
They're doing like prevention, fire prevention work.
Yeah.
Like you know what they take.
Yeah, just
trees out. And
exactly,
stuff.
just preventing it. Exactly, setting it up. It's so important up here.
Yeah.
Wait, just listen for a second. Yeah, it's like people working. Or
Is that
I
all
feel
it
like
is?
it could be Chris working out.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
Does he jump on a trampoline?
He turns up music loud and he can, clank stuff around. So.
Look, I'm like this. Like I'm going to hear it in the microphone. I was like, wait, let me see.
Somebody
Can
special,
I
and it's you.
identify this? Oh, this is funny.
Oh my God. Oh, I had a question for you. So, through the themes of you finding places you landed where you help people and the things you went, what drew you to mental health specifically? How did you end up here?
Kind of by accident once again.
Really?
I worked in this company that I was sharing before, this skilled nursing home care hospice. I worked actually on the foundation side. I ended up moving over to the business side eventually.
Yeah.
And that's where I really sort of grew up in my career. Started trying different roles in the company. And then my mentor said to me, hey, your anthropology degree is really cool, but like if you really want to take on more and more leadership, like you need to get some business training. So I went and got my MBA. It was like mid-career, so it was probably like early 30s. But I did it at the same time that I was working full-time. And then I had my 2 kiddos and we adopted my 3rd all at that time.
Wow.
It was a little crazy.
Wonder Woman.
That is...
Good Lord.
It was a little crazy. But then after leaving, so then I finished my MBA and then did what I thought I was supposed to do, which was go sort of into the investing world for a little while. Because a lot of people, it's sort of like, this is what you do. And so I went into healthcare investing and it was a super cool experience. Like I learned so many things that I'm really afraid of, like, because I was very intimidated by everything.
I would be
finance,
too. Yeah, yeah.
But it was not filling my cup. So I ended up going to work for a large company that does dialysis care, and it was from there that I got recruited by a recruiter to run a behavioral healthcare company. And at that point, this is like over a decade ago now, nobody, like, it wasn't even an industry. Like, behavioral health, like people thought I was leaving to go work for some kind of government agency,
Really?
Right. I mean, because really there was no reimbursement from insurance companies back then for mental health. So the only people that got care were the people that could pay out of their pocket. So it was a very small industry. It was sort of a prestigious, like only very high end places.
And like you said, government, right? Like my first thought is kids in school that are acting out. They have that doctor they have to go see.
Right.
That was normal. That was all it was so shame.
Yeah.
And then the prescription started being introduced,
of course,
for all that. I mean, that happened to me, right?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I had a huge issues with attention. I think I was just bored, and I was just far too creative to give a single shit what we were talking about. And so I was evaluated. I was given 4 different kinds of pills to try, Vyvanse, Concerta, Adderall, all this stuff. And then I was put in special ed.
Wow.
And they just really slowed me way down, thinking I needed to be slowed down to that. Like I was just, nothing wrong with that. But I just, in hindsight, I'm like, what the hell happened there?
Yeah.
Like that was, to me, the wrong approach.
Well,
completely.
you say there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm thinking everything's wrong with that.
I'm
it's like
more
putting
so
you
meant,
in a cage.
I'm more so meant nothing's wrong with special ed. Like that's an important department that needs
when
to be.
you need
like,
help, yeah. But being misplaced,
yes, 100%,
is sadly, the norm in a lot of, and especially back then. Obviously we've evolved, but just the fact that we expect children at their they're growing, like this age from here to here, you're supposed to be wiggling. You're supposed to be, I never understood that whole concept. Sit down and open a book. Like, go climb that mountain, man, and see who's at the top and talk to them, That's my idea.
That's a whole topic, right?
Right?
Like how they've designed education for young people.
Yeah, sorry, I can go off on
that was
that.
a good one. It's a good one. Another podcast.
Another
I mean, it's going to keep you busy for a long time because they're caging humans, not that, anyway. I really love your passion for what you're doing. Just, we barely dipped into it, and it's just so evident and strong. And something that popped up in my head when you were talking about where you are, I bet the people that work under you are very happy to be there, are feeling, supported in their jobs, probably not micromanaged, if I'm reading you right, and feeling progress throughout their day, or that they are making a difference. It seems because the intention is at the root.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's so wonderful. And now I want everyone to go see you that need, like, everyone needs to know.
Yeah. Well, this is a topic that I'm also very passionate about. And I would say my slight edit to your statement is I would say people that work alongside me. I'm such a believer in like how much we're all contributing in a flat sort of servant-oriented company versus hierarchical. But I do think that our teams feel really fulfilled. And it's not just about the good work that we do, because I think that's a really big part, right? Like knowing, hey, when I wake up in the morning, I'm helping someone to find hope, or I'm helping someone to learn how to tolerate difficult feelings, right? Mm-hmm. But on top of that, the culture that we've built at Lightfully, coming, this anthropology background, right? Enter culture into this sort of world of business, but it's been very intentional. It's really at the heart of what we do. And it's very much related to a couple of things. Like, first of all, like living in values. We have company values. We call them shining commitments because it sounds cooler than because Lightfully, it's very on brand. But what like for a company to have a set of values or principles, that we believe we're all like, this is what binds us together. This is our guide. And then we also encourage all of our teams to identify their own values. And so like there's this like cool personal evolution and development that happens through these, this way of being, both for the individual and the community.
Yeah.
And I just think it creates a really different kind of environment that feels like a growth environment. Right?
You're also practicing what you preach.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is so important.
Yeah.
Not like, hey, do this, but like, no, we're all doing this together. We're all doing this. We're breathing this together.
And you're all elevating your frequencies at the same time, even though you're on different energetic levels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's rising together.
Yeah. I mean, our mission, or we call it our purpose statement, is changing lives compassionately. And that is not just the lives of the clients that we serve. Like, it is actually our purpose to change the lives of anyone we touch on our teams, our families, right? Like this, it's sort of like our goal is to really help everybody become the most fulfilled, values-oriented human that they can be, and to like spread the love of that in their own circles, right? Yeah. So it's like this, it's just like a really special and different way of going to work. That a lot of people, when they come, they're like, "What is this?"
It's like you've created like in the most positive way, like a connective tissue amongst people that feel and that do heal, and that are rooted and grounded.
Yeah.
Because not everyone is, and like with a quest called Tribe, my motorcycle tribe, one of the missions was to, well, I guess we're doing it now anyway, is to interview the badasses of today, creating this little black book of badasses. And it's like the underdogs, who's doing good in the world. And guess what? Those people become your friends.
Yeah.
So now you just, it all just kind of comes together in a way that you're like, oh wow, I just created this. Look at my friends are all upstanding, like rad fucking people.
Yeah.
Doing killer things.
Yeah.
And it was really, that wasn't the intention that I knew at the time. So it's what you're creating in your own world there too. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I've said that a lot.
It is,
You're just beautiful. I
That
might need
word does
tissue
fit.
by the time we're done here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I'm
you.
very moved by it all. It's awesome.
Thank you. And I think, because we commented on this early on, like, oh, this feels like a little odd to have this kind of mindset, but to be like in private equity, back. But what I love about this is that we are running a company this way, right? A company in a way that is values oriented, that is compassionate. We work hard, we're competitive, right? Like we really seek and strive to be the best at what we do and provide our clients the best we can. So we're doing all of this stuff, and at the same time we're creating like financial and economic value, right? So the beauty in that is it's not just like a nonprofit with a difficult sustaining model, right? This is a model where we can continue to invest and grow the business and touch more lives because we're financially successful. And I think that's the challenging balance, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and so, you know, my story really is like this bringing together of doing good and helping with strength and like power and sustainability, you know,
Yeah.
for
For
having
sure.
the balance.
Yeah.
So one of my questions was going to be, you on your website it says precision mental health treatment, and I was very curious about why you chose that word, but I think you kind of just explained it, right? Is there another layer to that?
Yeah, I think there is another layer, although it's what you're picking up on, it's all very interconnected.
Yeah.
Right? The way that we operate, the culture, the care model, like it's all congruent, which is, I feel really proud of that.
You should. It shows.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
why
you.
the question arose.
Yeah.
So I assume everything that's there is very intentional.
Yeah. When we say precision care model, what we mean by this is, you know, the human suffering is complex. You know, what's your suffering? What's my suffering? Coming from different places, appearing in different ways in our lives and our behaviors. And so a blanketed approach to that isn't that effective, right? The approach that's effective is really considering the full experience of that human being, where they live today, what their challenges are, what the history is, really deeply understanding all of those, and then developing a plan to support that is specifically designed for that.
Individualized.
Right. Versus like, you have depression, here's this medication, on your way.
Yeah, it's
Which is how it's generally done, which is so depressing.
nothing.
That in itself is depressing.
Nothing related to human beings is a one size fits all
Yeah.
situation. I don't know how we became a culture that's pushing that.
Follow the money.
Yeah.
Follow the meds, follow the
always.
benefits.
I mean, I
and
do
easy,
know how.
right?
I
Like
don't know.
everything needs
Yeah.
to be easy and
Yeah.
quick and quick answer, and you know,
Yeah.
and, digging into the complexity
Takes too much time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we all want to, you know, quickly move out of suffering, but to sustainably move out of
Word.
suffering, it is a process, you know.
It is. It's huge. A huge process.
Yeah.
Speaking of instant gratification in that sense, what have you guys through your research found? How much of what you're seeing is caused by technology, social media? Obviously, that word almost sounds cliche at this point. It's like said so much, but like, yeah, social media, the internet, comparing yourself, technology, instant access to things, which creates isolation, and then you just sit with yourself and you just battle yourself in the dark. I mean, it's terrible. So,
Yeah.
how much of what you found in the people you meet has to do with that, and how much is, you know, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll say, you know, we at Lively we collect outcomes on the clients that we care for. And so we have a good sense of what's working and not. But as far as like, we're not conducting research on what are the drivers of all of these.
Got it.
But I can tell you, like, what I would say is we're not an academic research institution, but from the experiences we're having with clients and from referencing a lot of the studies that are coming out, it's for sure contributing. And it's just such a complicated mix of conditions, right? But it really boils down to lack of community. I think so.
Yeah.
If you boil it down, right?
Absolutely.
The isolation and lack of community that comes from this digital world and it's, you know, it's not by accident that as soon as COVID happened and the levels of isolation increased significantly, so did the rates of mental health conditions, right? So that's when I started the company, right? As I was just watching, not only were the number of diagnoses going up, but the severity of diagnoses going up. So.
Yeah.
So did you start in 2021?
The
2019?
what is it? 2021. 2021. Yeah.
21.
Concept, bringing the team together, raising capital. Mm-hmm.
And at that point, it was 40% adults with depression and anxiety and whatnot. How much has that risen since COVID?
Oh, do you mean like globally speaking?
Percentage-wise?
Yeah. I mean, there are various studies that some say that the rates have doubled, right, since the pandemic. So, I mean, depending on diagnoses, but significant increases.
Huge, right? Yeah. Ooh, these flies are
all up in your business.
I know. This is the
time
fun
of
being in this beautiful wooded space.
It's okay. It's all good. It's worth it.
It is worth it. I'm always so curious how I was telling her earlier why they want to go for your eyeballs and your ears. Like the two most annoying things ever that flies can go for are your eyeballs and your ears. Just right in your. I mean, get the hell out of my life.
Nose.
And what are they here for? Really?
What are they here for? Really, what's your purpose?
What are you looking for?
I don't know if they know their purpose.
What you need? Can you go away?
You find another area of the yard, please.
Yeah.
Pronto.
God.
Look at that face peeking out at us right now.
Oh my God.
I cannot.
He's afraid to go through the crack in the door.
Yeah. Come on, Bubba.
My girl's like that too. She won't push it.
Too scary.
Oh my God. Yeah. Your dogs are so frustratingly beautiful. It's like ridiculous.
Cute.
They're very cute.
We're just such a sucker for them, though.
I saw on the site you guys recently added for teens.
We did, yeah.
So how did that come about?
Well,
and how's it going?
Yeah, so it's going great. I mean, what I can say is that the demand for teen services is just so big. I mean, everything you read, this really is the population that was hit the hardest, I think, through the pandemic. And there will be a tail effect, for a very long time. I mean, when you pluck kids out of these community environments and put them in isolation during the most critical developmental stages, where this is exactly what their brain is learning, is how to be in community. It's going to have a long-term effect. So it was just, it was something where we wanted to be part of the solution, and it's different. Like the care, it's not just like the same model for smaller people.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a really different model, and I'm not a clinician. I can't, I won't do it justice. But the way in which teens are served in these conditions looks really different than adults, and it's. There's a big need for experiential work, like something we were talking about earlier, right? Like teens need to move and they need to be an experience, and so
you need some tools to get them to open up and feel safe. Exactly. I do think having my daughter's 32, compared to my time, my growing up, my youth, I believe her generation at least, and I think I see continuing on, they're more open to it. They're digging inward more than we were openly.
Yes.
Yeah.
For lack of a better way to say it.
Sure.
Yeah, they're definitely more, they want to talk about it. They want to
They do.
And that's good.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it is good. I think, I think we spoke about this earlier, but just this taking some of the shame out and just bringing this conversation out into the light, I think, lightfully, but is really important, know, and so we see the same, there's just a real receptivity to working on this in an open way. For the younger population. We also see, because we have a lot of younger employees,
fun.
In some of our sort of frontline roles. And it's like, the way that they are moving about the world and investing in their own mental health and having balance in their life is different. Like it is, it's a high priority.
It's conscious.
it's a real high priority
Yeah.
for younger folks, and not like, I'm like a Gen Xer or whatever.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's like, work really hard, keep working, just don't take care of yourself, like earn your way. And it's just different,
I mean, sadly, a lot of that push is because of the destruction of everything, or just the food, all these contributors to not feeling right in your own skin, right? Hello, friend.
Hello, friend. That is a healthy
We
plane
got
right
a
there.
whirly bird.
Yeah. Hello. Wow,
when
he's
you're,
really
when you're
in here.
tall up, when you're high up on a mountain.
Oh, yeah, you get all that stuff.
You're really close to the airplanes.
Nothing to see here. Move along. They're like, you guys have open flame down there? We're watching it.
Yeah. No, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
Open flame and barking dog.
Yes.
He's afraid.
You're just afraid of the door. It's actually fully hilarious and adorable simultaneously.
So what I was kind of getting at is that there's a desperation in our children to feel normal, to feel themselves,
Yeah.
or they're missing. Obviously, it's the whole topic, but or leaning towards it.
Yeah.
So it's good that they're open to talk about it, but it's sad that they're open to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that just shows the desperate need for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think the need for care has increased. And so that's the hard part, right? To see so many young people suffering.
Yeah.
But the light side of it is that they're getting the help they need in many cases.
Do you know? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Oh, look at that. Love that for me. That's a quick one just while we're on that. Have you noticed any difference in the older demographic you work with versus the younger demographic, the teens, as far as like the openness to dive in and learn and how to make mental pivots and really kind of work on themselves?
Yeah. I mean, I think it is different, and the themes that we're talking about apply here. I think that our younger clientele are, are very accepting that this is part of their process. Whereas I think as folks get into, an older demographic, it's still sort of deconstructing some of these ideas we have that there's something, we're broken,
like shame.
Yeah. Although I would say, like, even in our adult programming, I mean, it's the demographic skews pretty young. Like I think our average client age is high 20s, low 30s. Like that's the majority. It is. Now that opens up a whole nother conversation of, Medicare being very limited in what it covers for mental health. So we don't see, populations that are on the other side of the spectrum, because that's, something that's not normal, right, for older generation to get care, the shame that we've been talking about. And then B, like, it's often not reimbursable, which is another big topic. Access to care.
Do you think
seniors.
as the years go on, do you think there'll be more like prioritized features for mental health in insurance companies? Because older demographics, it was kind of just like, get up, move on, and get over it.
Right.
I mean, really, get back to work
buck
buck it up and put your boots on. Let's go. It's go time. Like, we don't have time for this. Let's go.
Yep.
So, and now it's so acceptable to slow down and really, talk about mental health and get into that space. Do you think insurance companies are going to start offering to cater to that more? To make it more attractive?
This is a big question that you're asking me, like a complicated one. And this is one of those areas where, sometimes we as a culture love to like create divides and, like politics, but because sometimes insurance companies get a bit demonized, like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing this? But sure. I think it's important to sort of zoom out and understand the challenge that even insurance companies are facing. So, they have a set amount of resources that they have available to them, right? That they're paid by the employers or the plans that they've, to cover necessary conditions. And so they have experienced what we're all experiencing, doubling of demand for services. And so the cost for their services, the costs that they're trying to cope with are outlandish. You know,
Yeah.
how can they even stay solvent as companies with this? So I think what we're all trying to do is, like, if we think about this in a way that's not divisive and more like collaborative, is how can we, as a society and as a provider, as an insurance company, as just a member of the community, like, how do we solve this crisis in a way that we can pay for it, we can get people what they need, like, you know, it's so it's really challenging right now, because if you simply said, hey, insurance company, just spend twice what you used to cover this, I mean, that flows right down to us as consumers, right? Like, what are we paying for healthcare, right?
Yeah.
And so it's a whole chain of events.
Yeah.
So I just feel like we're all striving to find really good ways of caring for folks that are also scalable and efficient, and, you know, that, like, we can sustain the cost structure. And it's hard. It's really hard right now.
Yeah.
Because what the situation that we're in is there's not enough money and there's not enough care and there's an awful lot of demand.
It's a definitely rock and a hard place kind of situation. Yeah. Needs are going up. What we need is not available because we can't afford it. But this weird back and forth tug of war, like, what do we do?
Yeah. Yeah. So I try to look at it through the lens of, I want to keep working towards this, being part of the solution. You know, how can I design programs and care environments, you know, that are accessible and efficient in ways that, you know, aren't overly burdensome on the cost side, but are as accessible as I can make them.
Yeah.
You know,
How do you find those answers?
Such a simple
like
question.
when you're at your desk.
Super simple question.
Google it.
I'm like, I can only imagine the what is it called? The wormhole you
The rabbit hole.
the rabbit hole
Yeah.
you go into, you know.
I mean, I think it's like it's keeping the concept of innovation and collaboration alive. You know, these are some important values for us as a company, but, like, it's all going to come from a new and different way, an idea, right? And so creating environments where those things can thrive.
Yeah.
Because, like, closed,
You can't be rigid
can't
in your
do
way.
it. No,
Yeah.
must be perfect. Must, you know, like, those environments don't breed, oh, you know, we could try
Discovery
this. Let's try
or-
To
that.
be enlightened and
Yeah.
connected, yeah.
One of our company values is called wabi sabi.
Oh, nice.
Which is it's a term from Asia, the Asian cultures, but it's the beauty of imperfection.
Oh.
And we talk about that a lot because I feel like this sort of environment breeds a lot more creativity and innovation, right? Like, okay, this doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but I want to throw this idea out.
You
What if we
throw
tried
some gold
this?
in it?
And this could be
Yeah.
kind of crazy. What about this? Should we try that? You
Yeah.
know? And so not letting perfect get in the way of good ideas. So I think, I mean, I know that's very general
No, it's-
response, but it's going to have
It's-
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're ever evolving, you know, and that's the only way to keep that focus, to ever evolve, is to be open and not rigid to the old,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I still don't know what that looks like.
Yeah.
Like, I get the challenge for sure, but I'm like,
Yeah.
do you find yourself seeking answers through more of, like, on the physical side of it, you know, creating like a group activity kind of thing, or does my question make sense?
I know what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, like how do you actually do this? Like, how do
Yeah.
you provide more care for people, you know, in more efficient ways? I would say one way that, you know, this has just some different considerations in it, but one way that companies are solving for it is through digital solutions, right? So you're going to go, oh man, like, what is this? Like, the thing that has created the thing, now we're going to solve it.
Cyclical. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's tough because, you know, while I like to sometimes have that mindset, like, the world in which we live, people are accessing healthcare online, like,
Yeah.
in increasing
My
numbers,
daughter
right?
was,
Like, it's
yeah.
just, it is happening. So what we're trying to do is not to resist the wave, but to be thoughtful about the wave and how we can build programming that can be delivered digitally. Maybe combining that with in-community offerings too, combinations. So I feel like that's ultimately where it's going to land.
Yeah.
Is this, let's embrace what's happening, but at the same time, let's hold on to what we know is so important about being human to human and, contact in real form, in some combination of those two.
Awesome.
So
When you say programming, what does that mean content-wise? And is that right? Content-based, obviously.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a good question. What is it that we're doing, right? So the kinds of care that we provide at Lightfully are sort of they're above or more they're more intense than just going to an outpatient therapist once a week. So our programming would look like maybe you would come 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week, depending on your presentation and what you need. And you might spend 3 to 4 to 6 hours a day with us, and you would be doing individual therapy, you would be doing group therapy, you might be doing some experiential therapy, art therapy, you might be doing some life skills work, you might have some planning around case management and how does your work fit into what's happening for you and things that you're involved with in your community and getting help to get re-engaged there. So it's a very we'll talk about nutrition. We'll talk about, all sorts of the dimensions of the life experience in this time period that someone would be with us. So we have that available in person in our clinics, and we also do offer the same type of programming in an online environment. So we do have programs that are just online only. And the beauty in that is that it's providing accessibility to people who might not otherwise come.
Yeah.
Whether it's just, I don't want to come, or it's too far, right? Because there aren't Lightfully's on every corner. And so someone in a remote community may not have an option.
Where are you guys based?
So we have programs in San Diego, Los Angeles, Conejo Valley, and San Jose right now. So I think we're at 15. I think we're at 15 locations.
Wow.
And if somebody has, curiosity just from hearing this, what's the best place to reach you and get a hold and ask some questions and get involved?
Yeah. So our website is lightfully.com. So it's like lightfully, LIGHTFULLY. We made up that word.
That's awesome.
There are not many names left anymore that haven't been, taken.
My God,
Right.
it's so hard to find a name. It's crazy. Everything's taken.
It's a great name.
Yeah, it is a great name.
Thank you. Well, it very much speaks to a different take on mental health, which is one of hope and light and a vision of sort of a life that can be had versus it being so heavy. It was really important to me that we had that. But folks can come to our website. We have our admissions team. There's the phone number on there, or you can chat with them off the site, text with them, and an admissions person would just talk with you about what are you suffering with, and get a sense for what's happening, and then we would assess and help you understand what the best course would be.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what are you most excited about right now? What are you working on? What are you excited about? What are your main goals?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, to answer and be perfect when you answer this. Don't mess it up at all.
Well, I don't know if you guys are into the Enneagram, but do you know the Enneagram?
Enneagram? No, what is that?
Oh, you guys don't know.
Do you know what that is?
The Enneagram?
Yeah, so it's like a leadership personality test. There's Myers-Briggs and Strengths Finders.
Yeah.
Enneagram is like another in that genre.
Oh.
I'm obsessed with it. We use it for everyone who comes into our company, but I just am personally, I love it. It's been a really cool tool for development. But anyway, I was going to say, on the Enneagram,
sounds cool.
I'm an enthusiast. I'm a 7, which is the enthusiast.
Whoa.
So I'm excited about so many things.
That's awesome.
No shocker.
Yeah, but no, if your folks watching should check out Enneagram. It's really
how do you spell
awesome
that?
tool.
Do you know how to spell
Can
that?
you pull it up?
Yeah, I will.
It's ENNEAGRAM.
Oh, I found it here. Okay.
Yeah, you can do online assessment. There's some free ones, or you can do like the $12 one. That's the official one at the Enneagram Institute online.
Start personality test.
Yeah, and it's the READY test, the RHETI.
Ready. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So when I first met Chris, I made him take the test, like before I would go on a second date.
I love that.
She's like,
It was like a screening.
That's great. I wonder if a guy did that to a girl,
numbers.
if he'd be if I did that to somebody, they'd be like, "What the hell is this?"
For sure.
Right?
Set it up at your house. You
Totally.
can find
There's
out.
no
totally
bad
should.
numbers, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's just more like
It's
knowing what works for you.
information.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's super, super helpful. So anyways, back to your question.
Yeah.
I'm excited about. I mean, I'm excited about just doing more of what we do, which is just reaching more people and continuing to innovate. We have a lot of different programs sort of in incubation, things we're trying, areas that we're interested in growing, that it's just really cool to be able to try it out and see what works. Like one area that we're looking into right now is postpartum depression and how we can have a specialty program to serve that population. There's really there's not many providers out there specializing in that. So that's one.
I'm fascinated by, sorry to
No, I'm
jump
going to
in.
check cameras. Keep going.
Will you? Yeah.
Yep. Keep going.
I'm fascinated by the broad spectrum because you're individualizing per client. I mean, you've talked about nutrition, you've talked about postpartum, you've talked about suicide, wow, like how do you accommodate, what's the process? So if I'm there in person, you have group talk, or how do you know okay, it's time to talk nutrition? How do you know who do you call? What button do you push? Like what's
Yes.
I'm trying to piece it together.
I push the button.
It's just so much.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
you're covering so much, which is so impressive and
it is.
necessary and wonderful. I just am blown away at how do you pull it together?
Well, we have a really thoughtful clinical curriculum. So it's like, think about it as like, you enter into college and you show up in your classes and like you get to be a recipient, right, of a curriculum and being brought through an educational experience. It's sort of similar to that, right? There will be, therapists leading group programming that might be specifically focused on certain areas, or so we design the curriculum, and then our clients get to participate in that,
pick,
whether it's in a
sort
group
of
setting or with their individual therapist.
Okay.
So,
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
and we might
It's
say
kind of like going to Sanofi. They have, based on, them sitting and talking with you. It's the place where I healed cancer. You have a whole schedule for your day. You're like, today, you're going to have a massage today. You're going to go talk to your nutritionist. You're going to, okay.
And we do this thing called a care plan. Like when someone comes to Lightfully, and we do a full clinical assessment. So we would have a clinician spend about an hour in the admissions process. You would talk through your story and we would understand everything that is happening. Then we take that information and we create a care plan.
Yeah.
And the care plan is, okay, based on our knowledge of what you're suffering from and what works well, like we design a curriculum for you, and then you participate in that curriculum. So you're not having to drive it yourself to say, hey, today I want to,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
That's where we go wrong most of the time. Anyway. No, that's very cool.
What is your? I'm gonna ask you another really annoying question.
No, I love your question.
What is your what's your vision for the future of mental health? Like, if in an ideal world, your vision for the future of mental health, what would that look like to you?
I think two things come to mind. The first is there isn't this separation between mental and physical health. Do you notice how we still do that?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm going to, it's all connected. But our systems are not built that way. High five.
It's a huge disconnect. It's what's wrong in a nutshell.
Yeah. Like most physicians get, hardly a few hours in mental health in their training. You know,
Wow, really?
it's pretty crazy. So that would be a world in which it's all connected, and care is interconnected. And then I would say the second piece would just be accessibility, right? That any person has the ability to get access to what they need, regardless of where they live, what their insurance is, if they have insurance or don't have insurance. Yeah.
Do you see where it would be helpful to eliminate insurance?
Ooh,
What does that look like in your mind?
I don't know. It just came out of my mouth.
well, it's like somebody's got to pay, right?
It's just getting in the way all the time, you know? And
yeah.
How do we uproot that a little bit and massage it and put it back together? Like,
yeah. How
do we make it work better?
It's such a big, huge, tangly question, right?
Yeah.
And there's different countries doing different models, right? It's like, do we give it to the government to handle? Do we privatize it?
Right.
Do we take it down altogether and make it just a self-pay, which, you know, is a tough one to consider with
It is a tough one.
Underprivileged populations. So it's hard.
Yeah.
I think our really smart kids are going to have to work on that. I don't know if my brain has enough horsepower left in it.
We can call in for help now and then. We don't have to fix the whole world.
Yeah.
It's true. I need to phone a friend.
The final answer.
That's awesome. Oh, man. I know you had a few, or did you?
Well, I mean, she's dipped into a lot
right,
of this.
right.
Yeah, it was really nice.
I had like 7 more questions, but just from you talking, you already hit all the answers.
Well, the one like little topic, if unless you
please,
want
no,
me
no,
to,
no,
I mean,
I don't.
That we
please.
haven't really gotten into that I would say would be the other theme on my journey has been women, like women's place in this very capitalistic world of which I live, right? And you know, I think the other part of building Lightfully, intentional culture, awesome care model, but it's also been like inclusion. And I don't just mean by the most traditional sense. I mean, it's been really important to me to provide an environment for people to lead and contribute in a way that is most authentic to their own style. And that's not always at all been the way that it's been in certainly the business setting. So for me,
It's kind of never been,
growing up in like, you know, more traditional corporate environments, I often found myself needing to emulate a type of leadership behavior that felt very unnatural to me. So it's kind of like this, either pretend like this is how you are, or nobody's going to take you seriously.
Yeah.
Don't be so kind. Don't be so compassionate. You know, you're being too squishy.
Which is why so many people hate going to work every day.
Yeah, because they can't be authentic.
Yeah.
So I have just been driven to create environments and be an example to doing it differently.
It's amazing.
And I think that, you know, just one example, like one thing that just touched me is probably one of the most meaningful things that I've had in my career. No dollar would touch this. Is that I had a young woman say to me when I left my last company, she said, "Thank you for leading, because before you, I never thought I had what it took to be a leader."
That's
so powerful.
About as powerful as it gets.
I mean,
yeah.
And she said, "You showed me that you don't have to look like that or act like that you can be different and still lead." And that, I just feel like maybe that's the answer to all of the problems, right? Is that we allow all types of people to the table to be part of solution making, whether that's mental health or whatever the challenge may be, you know? So I would say that's just, like that's the other thing that gets me out of bed in the morning.
If there were more people structuring in that way, there would be... I had a train of thought. I was trying to tie it together because it was a little off. You know, the saying that you're doing someone a favor if you have to fire them from a position that they're clearly not thriving in, right? That's this. If there were more people paying attention on a personality level, on a energetic level, who is this person in front of me? Where do you shine? Where do you shine? Okay, I'm putting you over there because that's your jam. Go have fun.
That's right.
Make me proud. Now I don't have to micromanage you.
Right.
You're going to feel powerful about what you're doing.
Right.
All of that.
Right.
Feeling
If we aren't letting, and if we're not creating environments where people can actually show what that shine is. We call it, another one of our values in Lightfully is called sparkle. But like, if we don't create that environment, then we don't even have the choice as a leader to do that for someone, because it's like, I can't even see really what is making you sparkle.
Right.
But if you show me, then I can help guide you
where you're going to thrive,
have the best, sort of personal satisfaction and contribution.
Can I ask you what all the values are? Can you still?
Oh gosh, no!
No?
This is a test. No, you can't. I'm just like nervous.
Oh my God!
Not remember all 7 of them.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
Wait. Are they on the website somewhere?
They are on the website.
Can I pull them up and we'll see what you get?
He's gonna test
you. Let's see. This is great. No, I love this.
Pressure. Okay. Well, we talked about.
You got this.
I got it. We talked about sparkle,
Yes.
right? Which is to perform brilliantly. We say, just like let
Love
that
it.
shine
Love
in.
it.
We talked about wabi sabi, which is the beauty of imperfection.
Made me want sushi. Continue. Sorry.
I know sushi sounds really
Sounds
good.
amazing.
He hates food.
I hate food.
The third one is a little wink to Brene Brown, but it's clear as kind. And that is this idea that, I can do nothing. Nothing can be more kind than for me to be clear with you, right? Even if it's a hard message to deliver.
Yeah.
So the fourth one, let's say compassion. Which is also in our purpose statement, which is to change lives compassionately. So that's number 4. Oh no!
I'm actually trying to find them.
Be brave is
Okay.
number 5. I think it's under about us, probably.
It's under what? Badass?
About
About
us.
us.
Oh, about us.
Yeah. Be brave is about courage, right? And being willing to sort of do the hard thing. Okay.
Okay. I found him.
Okay. All right. You got to help me out.
You did be brave.
I did be brave.
Okay. One of the last
Give me a
2
hint.
has something to do with being whole.
Oh, wholehearted.
Yeah.
So this is really like this authenticity, this like bringing your whole self, like allowing for that connection to happen between like who you are and what we're doing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And the last one.
See, I don't do well under this sort of pressure.
Is it something about intention, maybe, or
No,
consciousness?
It's just
Grit.
Oh,
You had it.
right.
You had it the whole time.
Yeah,
you're
grit.
good.
Yeah. Which is, sort of self-explanatory, but when you're starting a company and you're facing the challenges we've talked about, these macro challenges, like grit is really important.
Yeah.
Seriously, my
Absolutely.
favorite one is grit.
That's
Grit is
Tana is
who
all
you
grit.
are.
Tana is all grit.
Grit is it.
Yeah.
I'm all
No,
about
you
it.
are. No, seriously.
I thought
Everything
you
you've
were-
gone through and done, and the way you've moved through your recovery process, and even though you were soft and loving through it, it was all grit based. Everything was put your boots on. Let's go. Let's go.
I just got to a point where I was so tired of feeling like shit that I was excited to feel good.
I have one. I got one last one for you. One last one.
Swinging. Hey, batter.
Hey, better. If you had, based on what you've done throughout your whole career, especially now, if you had one message to deliver where everyone's listening in one moment, what's that message?
You're brutal today.
so-
Jeez.
that's
He's,
like a
you know,
You know why I do it? Because I know she can handle it.
when we're with people that he brings to the podcast, he puts them to
He does
work.
it.
Yeah, because I know what they bring to the table. I know their
Yeah.
mindsets. I wouldn't ask it if I didn't think it was important to that.
Well, I think I have to go back to our purpose, right? Which is changing lives compassionately. So I feel like if there's one thing I wanted to impart on humans around this sort of listening, it's we have such an opportunity to change this world and our lives for the better. And we do it through compassion, right? Through empathy, like deep understanding, deep curiosity of someone else's experience and support. You know, like we live in such a divided world right now, and it's because I feel like we're missing that piece, right? So instead of looking for the differences or what I do and do not agree with, it's like, let's look for understanding and connection. So
beautiful. See, I told you.
It's perfect.
I told you.
I told
you.
That's good stuff.
That was great.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank
it was
you.
a pleasure.
It was really
I loved
beautiful.
spending time with you guys. We did it. We fought through the planes and the bugs and the dogs.
Everything. It's all perfect.
So
It's all perfect.
I
Thank you so
appreciate
much
it.
for having us here, and for sharing your time with us. Is awesome.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
I feel like we might want to come do a little visit at maybe we could talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
And
cool.
do a little episode.
Yeah.
Maybe we could even get anyone interested
Mhm.
that wants to hop on the mic and talk about their experience there as part of the podcast.
Mhm.
Something to consider.
cool.
I don't know what the
Yeah.
legal
Yeah.
issues might be there, but
Mhm.
just putting a little seed, planting
It
a
could be
seed.
really neat for you guys to.
Yeah.
I keep talking about to
No,
do
please.
an alumni, like someone who's.
Yeah.
I think like hearing an experience could be really touching.
That's great. Yeah. Absolutely.
Let's ponder that.
For sure.
Keep
Beautiful.
that community growing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
today.
It was so fun.
Say the thing.
Happy trails.
Happy trails.
Happy trails.
Bye, everybody.